All right, shalom, shalom. We are the real Hebrew Israelites coming day in and day out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, which is America. First off and foremost, all praises and glory be unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Karkadash. Double honors to the other apostles of Great Millstone, salutations to the elect, wherever you may be. And as you see in the title, um, destruction and deliverance, because both of them go one, hand in hand. Matter of fact, let me start with basically Psalms, the 91st chapter, right? Because that's a chapter of salvation and destruction when you really look at it. Essentially, it's the lake of fire viewpoint as far as seeing fire mingled with glass, if you will. All right. So this is Psalms 91. I'm gonna start at the top. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Now, what's the secret place of Yahweh Shema Shai? How do we gear ourselves towards a deliverance? Well, first we have to put our mind in the right place. All right, come out of her, my people. All right. No, matter of fact, it goes into deliver thyself. All right. You're delivering yourself from what? All right. The ways, the philosophies of Babylon the Great. So you becoming a new man, right? It says, matter of fact, I'm gonna read the scripture. Shalom. Yahbashim Shabashim Brakathum to Yakim out there. From GMS Feed the Flock. Wisdom of Solomon 18:7. So if thy people was accepted both salutations of righteousness and the destruction of thy enemies. So that's so even when you go back to the first Passover, what happened? Death and destruction and deliverance. All right. It says, he shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. All right. But we're under the power of Yahweh Shema Shai. We're going to be under the protection of Yahweh Shema Shai. Literally, we're going to be in the chariots. All right. I would say I would say of Yahweh, he's my refuge, he's my fortress, my power, and I will trust in him. Surely he should deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, all right, which is like a trap for a bird, and from the noisome pestilence, which is what? The noisome pestilence is the destruction that's going to come when these nukes drop. Okay? It says, he shall cover thee with his feathers. Now, what is his feathers? Matter of fact, I'm gonna come back to that. Bending. All right. And this is to go I'm gonna precept you, Matt, real quick. This is Isaiah 31:5. As birds flying, so Yahweh of hosts defend Jerusalem. Now, when you think about defense, if you defended something, sometimes you got to use violence, right? You imagine protecting your woman from a gang of men that's trying to come and capture her, right? Right? What are you going to use? You're going to use violence, man. All right, that's what Yahweh Shem Shai is going to use in this time. I said it was with great violence shall Babylon the Great be destroyed. Okay, so it says defending also he will deliver it. So what's deliver? Deliverance, salvation. All right, and passing over. See, came out of Passover, right? Passing over, he will preserve it. All right, it's the Psalms 91. All right, come up hither. All right, it's the angels gathering. All right, especially in the land of the north. Okay, so let me go back. Let me read this from the brother Matt. That's the elder brother of GMS Demonians in Iowa. Psalms 68:13. Though ye have lived among the pots, yet shall ye be as the wings of a dove, covered with covered with silver, and her feathers of yellow gold. Which is what? The chariots, man. All right, the vehicles that the angels have, that Yahweh Shem Shai have, is is literally out of this world, man. I mean, it's the chariots of the royals, if you will. All right, so this is back in Psalms 91. He should cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings thou should trust. His trust shall thy shall it's like it. His truth shall be thy shield and thy buckler, which is what wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of times, right? So that's another part of dwelling in the secret place of Yahweh Shem Shai. We have the truth. That's a secret thing amongst many. All right. Not everybody in this world has this doctrine. All right. It says, "Thou shalt not be afraid by the terror by night, nor the arrow that flieth by day." Now, what's the arrow? All right. When you read, let me just go get it. I'm gonna be jumping back and forth, so just bear with me. What's the arrow, right? Isaiah 13. Oh, remember we went into that noisome pestilence, right? Um, Isaiah 13:4. The noise of the multitude in mountains, like as a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. Yahweh of hosts mustereth the host of battle, which is gearing up for what? Um, World War III. But before that happens, you have to have the MOTB, right? But it says they come, all right, because these nukes are also considered an army. When you read Joel, the second chapter, right? It says they come from a far country, even from the ends of heaven. Right now, heaven is what? Right, it's the atmosphere, it's the sky of love. That's one level to it. I'm not talking about the spiritual realm. I'm just talking about the atmosphere, all right, with the clouds and everything. It says, even Yahweh and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. All right. So that when you read Joel the second chapter, it parallels this perfectly, man. It talks about the whole land being destroyed. It talks about the land being as the Garden of Eden before thee, and after it a desolate place. Okay. But nonetheless, it says these weapons come from a far country, right? ICBM, intercontinental, right? It says they come from a far country, right? From the ends of heaven, the weapons of his indignation. Now, when you read it's that second address, and the arrows begin to be shot. Yep, Judges 5:11. They are delivered from the noise of archers and the places of drawing water. Now, drawing water is representation of slavery, all right? Because you had a thing called water drawers back then. Matter of fact, you can read that in is that Joshua? Goes into that, but nonetheless, the place of slavery is where Babylon the Great. What's that? Jeremiah. The lands of the north, or the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, basically was oppressed together. But nonetheless, this is that great salvation. This is that great deliverance. All right. It says there they shall rehearse the righteous acts of Yahweh, even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to their gates. Okay. So being delivered from the noisome archers. Now, let me get this. What is it? All right, this is well. Second Ezra 16:13. For strong is the right hand. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrow that shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to shoot into the ends of the world. All right. So what is that? That sounds like an arrow coming from a far country, ICBM, from one end of the earth all the way to the other. Okay. This is Joshua 9 and 27. Joshua made them that day hewers of wood. This is proving the point of the drawing waters. All right. And drawers of water for the congregation and for the altar of the Lord, even unto this day, in the place which he should choose. All right. So, hey, that great salvation and that great destruction. Once again, now let's go back into Psalms 91st chapter. It says, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. All right. So this destruction is going to be an everlasting destruction for the most part. All right. When those nukes hit, the effect of those nukes, like even let's say even after like 3 weeks, it's still gonna be just as fucking hot from when the nukes first hit. If not, maybe hotter because it's being kindled. All right. But that thing is gonna burn day and night. All right. It says 1,000 shall fall on the right side and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it should not come nigh unto thee. Now, what type of death and destruction does that sound like? All right. What type of death and destruction does that sound like when it says that 1,000 is going to fall at your left and 10,000 at thy right? Well, let's get it. Revelation 15 and 2. I'm going to start with 1, 15 and 1. I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of Yahweh. And I saw it as a sea of glass mingled with fire, and of them that have gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the numbers of his name, stand on the sea of glass having harps. And they sing the song of Moses, the servant of Yahweh, which is the song we're singing now. All right. Because Moses taught of Yahweh Shai. The Old Testament preached of Yahweh Shai. So it's the same message. All right. So we're singing the truth. All right. But what it says that we're over the sea of fire mingled with glass. All right. That's the lake of fire. All right. Matter of fact, this is it says, be fearful. This is Revelations 21 and 8. But the fearful and unbelieving, and the abominable, and the murderers, and the whoremongers, and the sorcerers, and the idolaters, and all the liars shall have their part in the lake with burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. And that's the point I want to jump on, the second death, right? Now, Revelations 2 and 11. He that have an ear, that second death is that destruction. Primarily over here in Babylon the Great. It says, he that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith to the churches. He that overcometh shall not be hurt of the second death, which is what? Those nukes. That's the second death. I remember Yahweh said he ain't going to destroy the earth by water no more, but this time it's going to be fire. Well, this is the fire that the Lord was talking about. This is the destruction, but with that destruction comes what? Salvation. Now you can read now that you know you got the understanding, we can read the Isaiah 34. We can understand what it means when, I'm going to go straight to the point. Isaiah 34 and 5, for my sword should be bathed in heaven. Once again, heaven, sword, a weapon, a glittering spear. all right, coming out of the sheaf or coming out of the sickle, which are these silos or these subs. All right, it says, matter of fact, it says, for all the host of heaven, let me start at 4. Matter of fact, let me start at 3. Their slain should be cast out, and their stink should come up out of their carcass, and the mountains should be melted with their blood. And all the host of heaven should be dissolved, and the heavens should be rolled together as a scroll, which is the mushroom cloud. All right. And then you also go into Second Peter. It says that they should burn like an oven. All right. You read Malachi. It goes into that. I read the Bible like Reubenite. I'm gonna be everywhere. Let me get this Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly, shall be as stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith Yahweh of hosts. There it shall leave them neither root nor branch. So the Lord is going to scorch this place. All right, the Lord is going to scorch this place. All right, now let's get it when Peter said it. It's First Peter. This is 2 Peter 3:10. But the day of Yahweh shall come as a thief in the night, and that which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. There goes that noisome destruction again. All right. All the prophets seen the same thing. Hey, Enoch seen the destruction of Babylon the Great. He seen the Yahweh and the angels come back and wreak havoc on this place. All right. And destroy the wicked. All right. It says, the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also and the works that therein shall be burned up. Like I said, the vocal point of this destruction is going to be Babylon the Great. The rest of your army is going to feel it too, because when you read Second Esdras 13th chapter, you know, and then you have Isaiah the 63rd chapter. After Babylon the Great is blasted off the face of the earth, Yahweh Shai is going to smoke you armies. That's going to be in Armageddon, in that Valley of Yahweh Shaphat. Okay? The wilder for posting the scripture, I'll read it. Jude 1:14. And Enoch also the seventh of Adam. Now imagine that. The seventh of Adam, a prophet in Genesis, prophesied of what? Of these. All right. And he was getting on them wicked ass niggas when you read the book of Jude. All right, because they're part of that wicked group as well. All right. Prophesied of these, saying, behold, the Lord cometh with 10,000 of his saints. All right. It kind of breaks off. I'll read it. Let me get it. This is Jude 1:14. To execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly amongst them of their ungodly deeds, which the ungodly had committed, and of all their hard speeches, which the ungodly sinners have spoken against them. All right. So, hey, that great death, that great destruction, man, is coming. But with that comes deliverance. Let me get that. Hold on. Hold on. forget how I go. I don't want to butcher it. Hold on, let me see if I can find it this way. Yep. Wrath, mercy. It went Christ is wrath, so it's mercy. This is going. Ain't the one I was looking for. I'll read this one. And if there be one stiff neck amongst the people, it is marveled if he escape unpunished. For mercy and wrath are with him, and he is mighty to forgive and to pour out displeasure. All right. Here we go. This is the one I was looking for. Verse 12. I'm like that. It says, as his mercy is great, so is his correction also. He judgeth a man according to his works. All right. So Esau basically is gonna he's gonna get fucked over, man. All right. But I say that to say this: just as brutal and harsh as this destruction is going to be, the mercy and the salvation that's going to come of it, right? Because listen, what's that? Is that Esdras? Where it talks about, all the wicked, and I'm roughly paraphrasing, it has to be overturned for the righteous kingdom to come. All right, so this place has to be destroyed. This place has to be turned upside down for us to get the kingdom. And with that comes death, destruction. It comes Jacob's trouble. It comes the MOTB. This place has to be in high holy hell for Yahweh Shem Yahushai to return and do what he's going to do. This is Sirach. I'm trying to see if he can post this already. No. Good. This is Sirach 18:7. So if thy people was accepted, both the salvation of the righteous and the destruction of thy enemies. Okay? Because when they're destroyed, the Lord is going to glorify us. Matter of fact, it says the first should be last and the last should be first. All right, this is when the wisdom of Solomon 5 is going to kick in. All right. Wisdom of Solomon 2, towards the end of that, you guys are going to figure out that we are the sons of God. Okay. This is this is one of Benji's favorite. This is Habakkuk 3:8. Was Yahweh displeased against the rivers? Was thy anger against the rivers, or was thy wrath against the sea, that thou didst ride upon thy horses and thy chariots of salvation? So when all this destruction is going to happen, it's like a saying, like, damn, Lord, was you mad at the earth? Was you mad at the seas? Was you mad at the element? Are you coming back to destroy this place, or are you coming back to save the people? Hey, that's how hard it's going to be. All right. Hey, the scriptures talks about us barely making it. Talks about us being basically affrighted when all this happens. All right. Praising the Lord when we're on them chariots, man. All right. Yep, the water for posting it. It's from Kazak Ban Yahweh. 2 Esdras 4:28. But as concerning these things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee. For the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. Therefore, that if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot that which is sown good. For the grain of evil seed have been sown in the heart of Adam from the beginning. How much more now have ungodliness it have brought upon this time? And how much shall it bring forth until the time of threshing? So the closer and closer we get to the end of the thing, the more wicked and wicked this place is going to be. And we see it now. That's how we know we're at the dead end of this place, man. Okay. Um, this is okay, yeah, I got that already. I read that. Yeah, so hey, the scripture says, "Blessed is going to be a man to see downfall of his enemies." And where you think that's going to take place at? It's going to take place in them chariots, and then Yahweh Shema Shah is going to give us the honor of what? Taking down our enemies. Right? That's part of being co-heirs with Yahweh Shai, man. It's putting these other kingdoms and nations in subjection. All right. Matter of fact, it says, "This honor have all ye his saints." All right, is to put their kings and the kings and nobles and fetters of iron. All right. See, our salvation is their destruction. Our heaven will be their hell. All right. Everything is going to be flipped. What's that? Lamentations 1 could be 1:15, or is it 1:20? And it says, "Make them like unto me." All right. Matter of fact, you guys are gonna get double. All right. You guys clapped your hands at us. Oh, this is the day we looked for to watch these Israelites go down. All right, for them to go to captivity. But that cup is going to be passed into you. Death and destruction is coming unto you, and salvation is coming for the elect of Israel. Then the rest of you Israelites when you get born into the kingdom. But they go hand in hand. All right. And when the Lord took Israel out of Egypt the first time, it wasn't just all peaceful. No, miracles happened. The miracles are getting ready to happen again, man, believe it or not, on a much grander scale. All right. So much that the angel Mark, the archangel Michael's gonna have to stand up and do some heavy dealings, man. All right. And so with that, I pray this was edifying. I'm gonna say all praises, honor, and glory be unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to thee, all the apostles, a great millstone, salutations to the elect, wherever you may be. Abba, Abba.